Please subscribe to my channel. Your one click means the world to me. Folded hands. The Nexus station never slept. It hummed, always humming, like a living thing stitched together from 1,000 alien dreams. James Martinez sat at his usual corner table, fingers curled around a glass of synthetic ale that tasted like regret and recycled air. Around him the hub roared, a symphony of clicks, chirps, growls, and laughter from 100 species bartering, bargaining, bragging. He was one of 3 humans here. Not a novelty, not a curiosity, a ghost in plain sight privacy, a luxury reserved for those who didn't stand out. Then came the voice, deep as tectonic plates shifting. Human. Kthavar loomed over him, purple scales catching the light like stained glass in a cathedral of steel. Behind him, 3 daughters stood in perfect formation, tall, shimmering, each one a living jewel. Valandra with sapphire ripples, Cythera whose scales glowed like molten amethyst, Morxa radiant as a nebula caught mid-explosion, all smiles, all poised, all waiting to be chosen. The cantina fell silent. You have proven yourself worthy in combat, Kthavar boomed. By our ancient rights you may take one of my daughters as mate. James choked on his drink. Dozens of eyes locked onto him. Whispers turned to bets. Wagers placed in credits, rare spices, even live bioluminescent crabs. Laughter rippled through the crowd like static, all except one. At the end of the line, smaller, quieter, draped in the muted tones of storm clouds and forgotten earth, stood Gull. No glitter. No pose, just stillness. Her golden eyes darted like startled birds. She didn't smile. Didn't breathe loud enough to be heard. Kthavar's pride cracked slightly. My daughters are wonders of our world. Choose wisely, human. James didn't look at them, he looked at her. What about her? Silence again, but this time it was heavy, thick. Then laughter erupted. Not polite chuckles. Not teasing. Mocking. She cannot even shift craft like her sisters. Someone jeered. She's the plain one, another snorted. Even Kthavar winced. A mistake, human? You're blind with loneliness. James stood, slowly, deliberately. He walked past the jewels, past the glittering, perfect faces now flickering with confusion, and stopped before Gull. She didn't move, didn't dare hope. I choose Gull. The room exploded. Aliens slapped tables. Some howled. One tossed a half-eaten protein cube at her feet. Kthavar's face darkened like a dying star. You will regret this. James didn't blink. If your customs bind you, then let them bind you to this. Gull opened her mouth, closed it. Her scales dimmed further, as if she were trying to vanish into the floor. 3 days later, the station screamed. Alarms tore through the corridors. Red lights pulsed like a wounded heart. James sprinted to command, heart hammering against his ribs. Ravagers. 12 of them. Jammed every signal. Cut every escape. They didn't negotiate. They didn't demand ransom, they consumed. Commander Yikt Tal's throat sac throbbed with panic. We won't last an hour. And then a voice, soft as static between stations. I can help. Everyone turned. Gull stood there, uninvited, unseen until now. She moved to the central comm console, fingers hovering over controls no one else had touched in years. I cannot shift craft like my sisters, she murmured. Her scales began to glow, not reflect, thrum, a low, resonant pulse, not light, not heat, but something deeper, something alive. Her hands danced. Code bloomed across screens like wildflowers after rain. Systems flared to life, shields realigning, weapons priming, drones reprogramming mid-air. Power rerouted, sensors weaving invisible nets through the void. She's not hacking, whispered an officer. She's singing to them. James froze. Tech singer. The myth whispered among old-timers. The cursed ones. The ones who spoke to machines because their bodies refused to sing in beauty's tongue. She wasn't broken. She was built differently. And now, the station became more than metal and wire. It became an extension of her. Drones became sentinels. Auxiliary reactors fed plasma cannons that shouldn't have had the juice. Predictive algorithms spun forecasts of pirate maneuvers, like a seer reading stars. The Ravagers arrived expecting slaughter. They found a fortress breathing, 20 minutes. That's all it took. Debris drifted where their ships once flew. The station fell quiet. Not from exhaustion, from awe. James found her alone in the comms room, slumped over the console, scales dull again like ash after fire. He sat beside her, took her hand. Her skin was warm, soft. "Why didn't you tell anyone?" he asked. She didn't look up. "Among my people we are called cursed. We do not weave beauty, we speak to silence. My father hid me so no one would see what I could become." James squeezed her fingers. "On Earth we had a saying," he said quietly. "Beauty isn't in the eye of the beholder," he paused. "It's in the soul of the one who sees." Her scales stirred, not with shame, with light. Faint at first, then steady, like dawn breaking over a long-forgotten horizon. "They won't laugh anymore," she whispered. "No," James agreed. He smiled. "They're already buying rounds for the whole station." Outside, the Nexus drifted through the dark, its systems humming smoother than ever before. And deep in the belly of the station, beneath the chatter and the clinks of glasses raised in toast, a tech singer rested, not hidden, not ashamed, just finally seen. And somewhere in the quiet between the stars, the universe whispered back, "Good choice."